Hello everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep and welcome to this session. I'm Saral Nashir with you today with this session of if you are weak in quant, then what is to be done? Probably looks like a very pertinent question for many of you because mathematics is one area not many of us actually like, right? And many of us have probably left it way behind because after 10th class we have not studied mathematics ever. There might be some people who did not study it after 12th class ever. So those are the things that we are worried about, and therefore I'm just trying to give you a solution for that. So before I start, can you please confirm it to me? Is everything okay? Am I audible and visible? Hi Sinchana, hi Sonali, good evening. Sorry, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone else. Can you please confirm all of you to me? Is everything fine? Am I audible, visible? After that, we shall start with our session today. Then we'll start talking about it, that what is to be done. Okay. It is going to be a small topic once again, small video once again. I'm not going to take a lot of time, but yes, I'm definitely going to try something which I can tell you that within these next 5 6 months of preparation, you can go above 95 percentile in quant, even if you feel that you are not good at it. Still, it is possible. Yes, it is possible, and we shall talk about it. That how is that possible? Let's start. So, the first step in this series is if you are weak at mathematics. So, what is the first thing? I'm just starting completely from the scratch. Currently, I am at zero. Right? I studied mathematics till class 10th. अब मुझे कुछ भी याद नहीं है. I was afraid of mathematics at that time as well. Now what is to be done? So my first advice to you all is, first of all, let's know about CAT. What kind of how many questions CAT would be asking you, from which areas they would be asking you questions, what score is needed to get a certain percentile. Let's look at our destination first. Once we look at our destination, we'll create a path towards the destination according to our origin, that we are currently at this point. We have seen the destination, which is the best possible path which can go to the destination. I shall talk about it after this. So first thing first, at what score, what kind of percentiles can I expect in the CAT exam? So here is the data about it. CAT 2022 had a total of 66 marks in QA section. CAT 2021 had 66. CAT 2020 was of 78 marks. And in all these 3 years, the section was of 40 minutes. And I am going to talk about QA section today, which is again of 40 minutes. So this is all that is written on your screen, right? Tells you at what score, what percentile can you expect. So here you can see probably in CAT 2021, quant was slightly on the easier side with respect to 22. Therefore, the scores are slightly higher with respect to the percentiles in 2022. And I see over here at a score of 33.5, I got a 99 percentile, which means approximately 50% of the total, right? Had I done 50% of my quant section, I would have scored 99 percentile in CAT 2022. Also, had I done just one third of the quant section, 33% only, I would have scored a 95 percentile. Of course, had I done just 25% of the total, I would have scored a 90 percentile. 90 percentile is something that every person who feels that he is extremely bad at mathematics should be looking at, because even from this stage, each one of you can score 90 percentile easily, because it just requires 6 questions. Out of 22, you just have to do 6 questions in 40 minutes. And that's not about last year only. Even last to last year, the same story was there when the paper was on the easier side. The year before that, it was 23 out of 78 then. तो marks भी तो ज्यादा ही थे ना, right? So वहां पर भी आपके पास 23 के स्कोर पे you were getting 90 percentile. Years before that, it was of a 102 mark paper. And at that time, at a score of 34, you could have scored a 95 percentile, because it was also a 60-minute section at that time. I hope you are getting my point. So even at a score of 25% in the QA section, one can easily score 90 percentile. At just 33%, one can score 95 percentile. 90% is the bare minimum that everyone should be looking for? Bare minimum I am saying, इससे नीचे तो सोचना ही नहीं है. 95 percentile is desirable, and 99 percentile is something which is always in sight. I mean 99 percentile can also be scored by each one of you. For that you just have to do half of the QA section. Therefore I said, first of all have your destination in mind कि पहले तो मैं ये देख लूं मुझे पहुंचना कहां पर है. This is telling you where do you have to reach. It's not about 22 questions in 40 minutes. It's all about 11, 12 questions in those 40 minutes. Can you do that? You can reach 99 percentile. Can you do just 7, 8? You can reach 95 percentile. Can you reach just 6 questions? You can reach 90 percentile. Even that can be done. Not in good in arithmetic. How to grow accuracy? Sonali, I do not think there is anyone who is not good at arithmetic. The only point is you are not confident in arithmetic. Not that you are not good. You would definitely be good. And I have seen you. If you are the same Sonali who has always been there in the app sessions as well, I've always seen you. So there also I've seen that you have always answered quite fast. I don't think that you are not good at arithmetic, right? And you might not be confident. You might be feeling कि नहीं सर मैं हमेशा जो है ना मुझे ये नहीं लगता मेरा आंसर ठीक आ रहा है, और I'm not able to answer as fast as other people are doing. So because of that sometimes we start feeling that we are not good, लेकिन actually you are good at it, right? It's just that we have to bring that confidence inside ourselves. Hello Arjun and Roto Talks. Sectional cutoff for QA for Blackie. Arjun, for any of the IIMs, for any of the other colleges, there is no IIM or any college which do not take you at a percentile of less than 90 percentile, right? Sorry, above 90. ऐसा कोई भी नहीं है. Sectional cutoff percentile for every IIM or for every other college is always below 90. At a 90 percentile, you can be extremely sure of this, that you have cleared the sectional cutoff for each and every college in India. Trust me on this. This is the fact that I'm telling you. Okay. Though there is, of course, there is a disclaimer as well. Clearing the sectional cutoff does not mean you'll get a call from them. I can't say that, okay, I got 90, 90, 90 in all three sections, I'll get a call from IIM Ahmedabad. No. But you are eligible to get a call from IIM Ahmedabad if the other things also works out well. So then that's what I'm saying. So sectional cutoff आपकी नहीं रुकेगी. Overall percentile might matter at that time. Okay, everyone. So that was the first thing. That's about your destination. This is the score at which what percentile we are getting. Second thing, what kind of questions do they appear? Now, when I talk about CAT 2022, out of a total 22 questions that I see over here, maximum number of questions have been from arithmetic, not only in CAT 2022, whether you talk about 21, 20, 19, every year, the maximum percentage of questions have appeared from arithmetic, followed by algebra, geometry, number system, and modern mathematics. So once again, as I was just talking about this, that at just 6 questions, you get a 90 percentile in QA section, and by doing just 8 questions, you were getting a 95 percentile. Can't I say that in CAT 2022, if a person would have done just all questions of arithmetic correct, he would have got a 95 percentile? सही कह रहा हूं ना मैं ये बात? तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ अगर आपने अरिथमेटिक के सारे क्वेश्चन सही किए होते, you could have got a 95 percentile. Though I would never suggest that, I would never advise that you should be looking at it. I'm not saying you should be doing it, that okay, we will study only arithmetic, we'll go to the exam, we'll do just arithmetic, and we'll get a 95 percentile. That's okay, right? There is a risk involved in that. This is possible, but there is always a risk involved in that. There is a risk that arithmetic questions might be very difficult this time. There is a risk suddenly they might give you lesser number of questions from arithmetic and more number of questions from some other areas. CAT never said that we are going to ask you the maximum number of questions from arithmetic, right? This is our assumption that maximum number of questions are from arithmetic. So therefore, because it has been happening for last many years, by that you can take a risk, but there is a risk involved. है जरूर risk, ये ध्यान में रखिएगा. If you want to take it, you may take it, but always keep it in mind that there is always a risk involved in that part. सर अगर कोई एक सेक्शन भी अगर आ गया 90 अप परसेंटाइल तो सेक्शनल कट ऑफ क्लियर हो जाएगा? नहीं श्रद्धा शर्मा. To clear the sectional cutoffs, you have to get at least 90 percentile in all the 3 sections. Rather, for many of them it is 85 and many of them it is 80 as well. So if it is 70 bhi hai. But yes, if you want to be absolutely sure of clearing the sectional cutoffs of all the colleges, you must get at least 90 in all the 3 sections. Some students say they never study and are poor in studies, but then they top the exam suddenly. Virendra Singh, we have seen such students in our school days as well, isn't it? है ना, हम लोगों के होते थे ना कुछ फ्रेंड्स ऐसे जो कहते थे यार मैं तो कभी नहीं पढ़ता, और हम उनके चक्कर में आके उनके साथ खेलते ही रहते थे, एंड अल्टीमेटली दे एंड अप गेटिंग ए वेरी गुड स्कोर, और हम लोग जो पीछे बैठे हुए, मैं लगता है यार कभी पढ़ता ही नहीं, इसका स्कोर कैसे आता है? ठीक है, सम आर बॉर्न टैलेंट प्रोबेबली, या फिर कुछ लोग हो सकता है झूठ बोलते हो, लेकिन हाँ काफी लोग ऐसे होते हैं who are good logically and therefore they have a very good grasping power, they have a very good memory as well. So some of the kids I have seen कि वो 2-3 रात में ही पूरा सिलेबस चार्ट कर लेते हैं, ठीक है, निपटा लेते हैं आराम से, या फिर क्लास में दे एक्चुअली पे अ लॉट ऑफ अटेंशन. सो व्हेन दे आर आउटसाइड दे जस्ट टेल यू दैट लेट्स प्ले यार, क्या करना है पढ़ के, बट व्हेनेवर दे आर इन द क्लास दे आर ऑलवेज अटेंटिव, दे आर एबल टू ग्रास्प एवरीथिंग. दैट इज द बेस्ट पार्ट अबाउट सम ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स. सर इतने तो मेरे हो जाते हैं करेक्ट, दिस इज गुड श्रद्धा, अगर इतना कर पा रहे हो तो यार ये तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. दिस इज व्हाट कैट इज डिमांडिंग, सो व्हाट एल्स डू वी नीड? Can we do only algebra, arithmetic, geometry for getting 95 percentile in CAT? I would say, Omkar, yes. Going by the previous trends, I mean, you can say that almost with 99.9% surety that yes, this is possible. As I said, there is always a risk involved, right? Risk तो हमेशा है, अब वो risk कितना है that we can't say, but there is always a risk involved. So ये ध्यान में रखिएगा. Okay. Now, from here, if I just tell you the idea that how many questions have appeared from these areas in the last few years, in the last 5-6 years, what we have seen, arithmetic is the area which contains approximately 40% of your section, right? Quant section. Quant section का तकरीबन 40% arithmetic से आया है. 30% have been algebra, 15% has been geometry, 10% has been number system, and the remaining 5% has been permutation and combination or probability. So of course, looking at this, I can say that even if I just take out this piece from this cake, just by doing these three, probably I can safely presume that I would be able to complete 85% of it. तो अगर मैं 85% of the topic कर पा रहा हूँ, I think that should be good enough, है ना, आराम से कर पा रहे हैं, should not be a problem. दो एज आई सेट कि कुछ नहीं पता व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन नेक्स्ट ईयर, क्या होने वाला है अब ये तो कोई भी नहीं जानता है, राइट, दैट व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी द सिचुएशन नेक्स्ट ईयर. इट हैज हैपेंड इन द पास्ट, लेट मी टेल यू कि कई बार पहले ऐसा हुआ है कि सडनली इन 1 ईयर अ लॉट मेनी क्वेश्चंस अपीयर्ड फ्रॉम नंबर सिस्टम. हर साल अर्थमेटिक से आ रहे थे, एकदम से नंबर सिस्टम से आ गए. दैट हैज हैपेंड इन जैट, दो सब जगह तो नहीं लेकिन ये जैट में हुआ है. ओके, आई एम श्योर दिस इज अंडरस्टूड टू ऑल ऑफ यू. ठीक है, मैं रिपीट करता हूं कि ये डाउट मतलब ये एक रिस्क इन्वॉल्व तो हमेशा रहता है दैट सडनली थिंग्स माइट चेंज, बट यस अगर 99.5% की श्योरिटी के साथ चलोगे तो ये सफिशिएंट है, मेरे ख्याल से बात बन जाएगी इससे. Okay, one question is for sure from logarithm. Once again, Virendra, I can say in last few years we have seen that, but you can't be sure of anything, right? 2022 में ही ऐसा नहीं है, तीनों slots में logarithm आया था. I think one of the slots had no question on logarithm. So you can't be sure of this, that which slot you are from. तो किसमें आएगा किसमें नहीं आएगा, we don't know. Now, if I talk about the topic wise things, कि topic wise क्या क्या आता रहा है अभी तक. So arithmetic, as I told you, approximately 40% of the questions in last 3 years have been from arithmetic. Even if I talk about last 6-7 years, the figure would be somewhere around 40%. These are the subtopics from which these questions have appeared, right? A person who is not very good at mathematics, though I feel arithmetic is something which can be learned even if you start today, even if you feel you are not good at mathematics, still अगर आज से भी पढ़ना शुरू करोगे, you can improve your arithmetic in the coming days for sure, each and every topic. But yes, you can pay some extra attention towards some of the areas from which a lot many questions have been asked in the last few years. जैसे if I look at these four areas, time and distance, it has got 19 questions out of the total 85 questions from arithmetic that have appeared in the last 3 years, which is huge, right? On an average, 2 questions in every slot. Time and work, on an average 1.33 questions in every slot. Averages, on an average 1.67 questions in every slot. Mixtures and alligation. So at least by these four areas as well, अगर मैं on an average भी बात करूं, ठीक है, I am getting approximately 6 questions in every slot from only these four areas. 6 questions in every slot, right? Which is, I think, good enough. 6 क्वेश्चन अगर सिर्फ इन 4 एरिया से आ जा रहे हैं, बट आई रिपीट, आई वुड नॉट वांट यू टू डू दिस, आई वुड वांट यू टू डू द होल ऑफ अर्थमेटिक, बट यस देयर आर सम पीपल हु से सर हमें समझ ही नहीं आ रहा, वी आर नॉट एबल टू डू द कंप्लीट थिंग, हमें डर ही बहुत लग रहा है. If that is the scenario, you want to do just the bare minimum so that you can score well. Going by the last few years data, probably we can say if you just do these 4 topics from arithmetic, it is good enough to provide you 6 questions on them in your CAT paper, right? We can pay attention to that a little bit. What is important in arithmetic concepts? Clear or practice more questions to perform well in arithmetic. ये तो दोनों चीजें करनी पड़ेंगी अर्जुन. Without clearing the concepts, the practice is useless. And without doing practice, the clearing the concepts is useless. Both of the things are extremely important. They go hand in hand. ठीक है, ये तो कुछ ऐसा ही क्वेश्चन है कि एक कार में क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है, इंजन या उसके टायर्स. अब आपको लग रहा होगा कि इंजन तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बट हाउएवर इंपॉर्टेंट द इंजन इज, राइट, इंजन इज लाइक कॉन्सेप्ट क्लैरिटी, वो तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है ही है, बट व्हेन द टायर्स आर नॉट देयर, व्हाट टू डू अबाउट दैट इंजन. ठीक है, क्या करोगे, उसका कार चलेगी ही नहीं तो क्या कर सकते हो उस चीज के बारे में. So therefore, both the things are extremely important. They go hand in hand with each other. Second thing, when I talk about algebra, approximately 33% of the questions have appeared from algebra in the last few years. Now, this is one area in which I would not suggest to all of you to do complete algebra if you are very weak at quantitative ability, or if you are afraid of mathematics. I would not say do complete of algebra, mat karo. यहाँ पे you can just pick some of the topics that okay, I can pick quadratic equations, linear equations, sequence and series, and if possible logarithm as well. I deliberately did not highlight it because somehow people are not very comfortable with logarithm as well, but logarithm also has become an important area for us. But at least these 3 areas, quadratic, linear and sequence and series, and these are the areas that you have studied till class 10th. क्वाड्रेटिक में वही सब चीजें, सम ऑफ द रूट्स इज माइनस बी बाय ए, प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द रूट्स इज इक्वल टू सी बाय ए, डिस्क्रिमिनेंट शुड बी ग्रेटर देन जीरो, लेस देन जीरो, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. वो सारी चीजें आपको पढ़नी है. अगर वो भी कर लोगे, दैट विल बी सफिशिएंट फॉर यू टू डू सम ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम अलजेब्रा. So even these topics can be looked at. Third, when I talk about the other areas, anyways, they do not have much of weightage. Geometry, number system, and modern mathematics. You can do geometry, but in geometry, I would never suggest because there are many questions from triangles. तो इसका मतलब आप triangles को ज़्यादा पढ़ लीजिए, बाकी छोड़ दीजिए. No, geometry is an area in which all of them are interrelated. When there is a question of triangles, he would make a circle inside the triangle. Sometimes he'll make a square inside the triangle. Sometimes he'll make the triangle inside a hexagon. So I can't do just triangles and do all the questions of triangles. They all are interrelated. And anyways, not a very high weightage of geometry. So उसमें भी कैसे पिक वो कर सकते हैं हम लोग, क्वेश्चंस पिन पॉइंट कर सकते हैं कि ये एरियाज कर लेते हैं, ये छोड़ देते हैं. That cannot be done in my opinion. So at least geometry must be done completely. Number theory and modern mathematics is something which I can say that if you are not good at mathematics, you can leave them completely. आते ही नहीं है क्वेश्चन, स्पेशली नंबर थ्योरी, बिकॉज नंबर थ्योरी इज सच ए लार्ज एरिया. ठीक है, और उस पे अगर मैं आउटपुट देख रहा हूं तो उसका बहुत ही कम है, जस्ट 1.67 क्वेश्चन ऑन एन एवरेज फ्रॉम द होल ऑफ नंबर थ्योरी. Not an important topic in my opinion in that case. Just do those questions which are based upon digits. ठीक है, वो काफी पूछे उन्होंने नंबर सिस्टम पे बेस्ड, अदरवाइज बाकी आप छोड़ सकते हैं. एंड इन मॉडर्न मैथमेटिक्स, always whatever questions have been there, primarily they have been from permutation and combination. As you can see, in the last few years, out of the total 10 questions from modern mathematics, 8 have been from permutation combination. Therefore, by that logic, I can say just do P and C. कम से कम बेसिक्स कर लीजिए, बिकॉज वहां नहीं तो कहीं और काम आ सकते हैं. मोर ओवर, permutation and combination is one area which is sometimes useful in LRDI as well. So from that perspective, you have to read that. Okay, I hope you are getting my point. Finally, my final tips for all of you. If you are weak at maths, what all things are need to be done? Even if you start from today, still all these things are important that I'm talking about here. One by one, I'm going to talk about all these things. First, pay attention to the basics. As someone suddenly asked, sir, do we do the concepts or practice? Right? So basics are extremely important. They are our foundation. When I tell all my students that, okay, start reading the basics, they say, sir, it's already very late. We are in June. In the November, we have the exam. If I start doing the basics, when would I do the CAT questions? I mean, I cannot do that. So my answer to you is, however late you are, though of course you are not late in June, but even if it is October, and let's say you start preparing for in October, and in November in the exam, all of you, is everything okay? Now all of you can hear me? Once I get a message from your side in the chat box, then I'll start. Please confirm it once. Yes, okay. Aman says yes, Sonali says yes. So we can start it now. Okay? Okay, thank you, Shraddha. चलिए शुरू करते हैं. So first of all, pay attention to the basics. So I was at this point that even if you are in October month, still I would say, यार पहले आप basics करो, right? You can't say that I am in a hurry and I cannot do that. So let's say you have to take a ladder to reach the rooftop, right? And there are 10 steps in it. Sir, I'm in a hurry. I don't want to take 10 steps. I straight away want to go to the 7th step or 8th step. Is that possible? It is not possible for us. So even if I do not have time, still I have to take the same ladder. Still I have to go step by step. Moreover, unless and until our foundation is clear, we would not be able to understand anything. I am saying, let's say you do not have much of time. At least by the time of November, your basics would be that clear that at least you would be able to do some simple, say 6-7 questions. जो आसान वाले क्वेश्चंस है कम से कम वो तो कर पाओगे. I mean, at least that much you would be able to do. उतना तो कर पाओगे ना. But if you do not pay attention to the foundation and you straight away move on to the CAT level questions, ना तो वो CAT level questions होंगे ना आपका foundation clear होगा. You would not be able to do anything in that case. So pay attention to the basics. Where from those basics are to be done? You have to do it from the NCERT books. There is a link that I have given to you on the screen now. Please read all these books from class 6 to 10. Then how do you have to read these books? That is what I have discussed in this link. Just go to this video. जो आपको सामने लिंक दिख रहा है, अगर आप इस पे क्लिक करेंगे, मुझे पता नहीं है यहां से क्लिक होता है कि नहीं, शायद नहीं होता है. Anyways, we'll put this link in the comment section as well, in the description below. तो इस लिंक पे जाइएगा, राइट? और इस लिंक पे जाके ये जरा वीडियो चेक कीजिए दैट हाउ डू यू हैव टू रीड दीज बुक्स. सो आई हैव गिवन यू द कंप्लीट इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट दिस कि आपको एक बुक लेनी है, बुक लेके उसको किस किस तरीके से पढ़ना है. दैट ऑल आई वुड बी एबल टू टेल यू. ये सोनाली विल बी पुटिंग अप दैट लिंक. आई मीन थोड़े टाइम में हम लोग जो है ना नीचे डाल देंगे डिस्क्रिप्शन के अंदर, सो यू कैन वॉच इट फ्रॉम देयर. So go to that link, watch that how do you read these NCERT books. I'm not asking you to do all the exercises of NCERT books now. Read that theoretical part, वो पढ़िए, ठीक है? उसमें क्या समझने वाला पोर्शन है, कैसे समझना है, that all I have discussed over there, you'll find it. सर इतना भी हार्ड नहीं आता क्वांट्स में. आई सॉल्व मेनी प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस. दैट्स करेक्ट श्रद्धा. द पॉइंट इज बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स कहते रहते हैं सर हार्ड नहीं आता, और देखो इतना हार्ड नहीं आता श्रद्धा. उसके बावजूद अगर आप देखो तो टोटल 22 में से 8 क्वेश्चंस करने पे आप 90% स्टूडेंट से ऊपर निकल जा रहे हैं. यू मस्ट हैव सीन दैट. इसका मतलब ये है कि 90% स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट इवन एबल टू डू 8 क्वेश्चंस. क्या ये इतना टफ है कि 40 मिनट्स में आप 8 क्वेश्चंस भी नहीं कर पा रहे हैं? इट इज नॉट दैट टफ. बट 90% is telling you कि नहीं कर पा रहे हैं लोग, राइट? That means 90% of the people are not able to understand this. It is not that difficult. You just have to go through these NCERT books. But in NCERT book 6 to then there is no arithmetic chapter. Sonali, arithmetic is not a chapter. Arithmetic is a branch of mathematics under which percentages would come, profit loss and discount would come, ratio proportion would come. ये सारा arithmetic का part है. चैप्टर एल्जेब्रा भी नहीं होगा, बट एल्जेब्रा के अंदर क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन आता है, लीनियर इक्वेशन आता है, प्रोग्रेशंस इन सीरीज आता है, मॉड्यूलस आता है, इनइक्वालिटीज आता है. दीज ऑल हैव बीन डिस्कस्ड इन दीज क्लासेस फ्रॉम 6th to 10th. ओके, नाउ थर्ड थिंग, प्रैक्टिस इज अ मस्ट. अभी किसी ने पूछा था, मैंने तब भी आपको बोला था, बेसिक्स एंड प्रैक्टिस दे बोथ वुड बी अ मस्ट फॉर यू. आप इनमें से कोई भी ऐसा नहीं सोच सकते अच्छा ये नहीं करता हूं ये कर लेता हूं. That cannot be done. You have to do both the things together. There is no alternate to that. Practice is must. More you practice, better you are at. Lesser you practice, worse you are at it. Simple सी बात. Stay away from irrelevant concepts or questions. Why am I saying this? Nowadays, many of the students, I mean, they have joined some Facebook group, they have joined some WhatsApp group, or some started doing questions from YouTube channel. और बहुत बार हम लोगों को यही नहीं पता होता that what is a relevant question, right? Should I be doing it or not, right? Now, a student a few days back came to me, sir, how would we do this question? So, which I'm showing you right now. A question from CAT 2022 slot 2. Consider the arithmetic progression 3, 7, 11, so on and so forth, and let A n denote the sum of the first n terms of this progression. Then the value of 1 by 25 summation of n is equal to 1 to 25 a n is what? Right? I would say the face of this question itself is telling you, I am not doable. Do not do me during the exam time. I told this to the student. भैया ये करना ही क्यों है तुम्हें? Sir, it's a CAT question. I told him if it's a CAT question, do not do it in the CAT exam as well. Sir, आपको नहीं आता होगा, आप इसलिए ऐसा कह रहे हो. That's the final thing. ठीक है? Sir, इसलिए आपने ऐसा कहा है. This is a question which is not to be done in the exam time. I appeared for this paper, right? मेरा ही slot 2 था, मेरे slot में question आया था. Let me tell you, I did it at the end. I did not do it in the beginning. Time बचेगा तो मैं करूंगा, वरना मैं नहीं करूंगा. So after doing 21 questions, then I came to this question. Had I been a student, I would not have even touched this question. मैं क्यों करूंगा? This question is going to give me how many marks? 3 marks. And there is a question which can be done in 20 seconds. वो भी मुझे 3 marks दे रहा है. Why should I be attempting such a question? मैंने करना ही क्यों इस तरह का question? मुझे कोई सेंस ही समझ में नहीं आ रही ऐसा करने की. If I'm not comfortable with the type, just leave it. Please do not assume because this is a CAT question I have to do this. नहीं जरूरी है. There are many questions which are not to be done. A person who is a 99 percentiler is doing just half of the section. 11 क्वेश्चन कर रहा है वो जिसका 99 परसेंटाइल आ रहा है. You are talking about the other 11. It's a very important point that what is a relevant concept, right? हमें क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना है बहुत जरूरी बात है आप लोगों के लिए जानना. So please go through these previous year papers and get an idea किस किस तरह के क्वेश्चंस अभी तक आए हैं, right? Whether you have to do them or not, उससे आइडिया लगाओ. नहीं नहीं, दिस इज नॉट ए क्वेश्चन दैट आई शुड बी डूइंग इन द एग्जाम. दिस विल अननेसेसरली वेस्ट माय टाइम. व्हाई शुड आई बी ट्राइंग सच ए क्वेश्चन? इन चीजों पे ध्यान लगाइए, देन यू वुड बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दीस थिंग्स. देखिए सोनाली को आंसर भी इसका याद है. बायजूस बुक इज सफिशिएंट फॉर क्वांट सर. रोहित, एज आई सेड, प्रैक्टिस का बहुत रोल है. So even if you do the complete book, you can't say it is sufficient. You just keep doing more and more practice. Mocks are very important. Calculations is not an issue, but right interpretation of the question, getting the logic is important. Basically, aptitude. Absolutely correct, Virendra. Rather, I'm coming up with another series now, जिसमें मैं हर रोज आपको एक वीडियो दूंगा, which is of 2 to 3 minutes, in which I'll give you an aptitude solution of a question from CAT QA of different slots, right? और उसमें मैं आपको बताऊंगा how can you answer these questions such easily just using aptitude. No equations, no formulas, no variables. Just by using some numbers you can answer them. And when I tried doing it, जैसे ही मैंने सोचा कि मैं करना शुरू करता हूं, I actually recorded some videos initially. So I thought that I'll be showing the kids that how many questions you can do through aptitude just in one single slot. भाई कहीं ऐसा ना लगे सर आप तो हर स्लॉट में दो दो क्वेश्चन बता रहे हैं, उससे कितना ही काम चलने वाला है. And when I tried doing that in one single slot, I got 6 to 7 questions which did not require, trust me, which did not require any formula, any variable, any equation. किसी चीज की जरूरत नहीं है. Just by assuming some numbers, you can solve them, right? बहुत जल्दी मैं वो सीरीज स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ. यू विल गेट एन इन्फॉर्मेशन अबाउट इट. जस्ट सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल, तो आपको उसकी जो है ना इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलती रहेगी. आई जस्ट बी पोस्टिंग सम 2-3 मिनट्स वीडियोस एवरी सिंगल डे. तो डेली का आपका एक कैप्सूल की तरह छोटी सी डोज लेनी है. सुबह उठते ही एक 2 मिनट का वीडियो देखा, यू गॉट द कॉन्सेप्ट, आगे बढ़ गए, अपने पूरे दिन की तैयारी करी. दैट वेज विल बी गोइंग ऑन. कैसे करना है सर? आईआईटीएन हूं पर नहीं आता ये. हिमांशु, आईआईटीएन हो इसीलिए नहीं आता ये. आईआईटीएन होने के बाद ना यू विल गेट अ सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ ईगो. अरे कैट सॉरी मैथ का क्वेश्चन, आई विल डू इट, आई एम एन आईआईटीएन, राइट? इंजीनियर कई लोगों को लगता है मैं इंजीनियर हूं, मैं मैथ तो करूंगा ही करूंगा. इवन आई गेट दिस ईगो स्टिल, यार मैं मैथ का टीचर हूं, मैं कैसे छोड़ दूं इस क्वेश्चन को, राइट? बट ओवर द टाइम आई हैव अंडरस्टूड दैट दिस इज मैच्योरिटी. आपने जैसे देखा होगा ना गेम्स में भी, स्पोर्ट्स में ऐसा होता है. समवन इज प्लेइंग क्रिकेट, ठीक है, सचिन तेंदुलकर को इतना मैच्योर क्रिकेटर क्यों कहते हैं, या फिर धोनी को क्यों कहते हैं? दे नो वेयर टू हिट हार्ड. नॉट ऑन एवरी सिचुएशन यू हैव टू, आई मीन जस्ट आई वुड से लूज योर टेम्पर एंड यू स्टार्ट आई मीन क्राइंग अबाउट इट, और यू स्टार्ट टेलिंग द अदर पीपल. तो वो नहीं होता है, राइट? देयर इज अ सर्टेन मैच्योरिटी इन दैट. ठीक है, व्हेन टू बी काम, व्हेन टू लूज योर काम, व्हेन टू शाउट ऑन द अदर पीपल, वो भी करते हैं, दोनों को भी देखा मैंने करते हुए। लेकिन हाँ, ये मेच्योरिटी का पार्ट है। तो इजिली, मतलब ये आपकी एक तरह से एनिमीज है क्वेश्चन, यू हैव टू फाइट देम। व्हेन यू सी योर एनिमी स्ट्रॉन्गर देन यू, जस्ट लीव असाइड यार, ठीक है, फाइट विद द अदर्स, अल्टीमेटली यू आर गोइंग टू गेट द सेम मार्क्स। तो दूसरों से लड़ लो तब तक। 51 इज द आंसर। आई डोंट नो द आंसर वीरेंद्र, मैं तो बस एक ऐसे क्वेश्चन दिया आपको समझाने के लिए। नाउ नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, इंप्रूव स्लोली। नाउ दिस आल्सो इज इंपॉर्टेंट। मेनी पीपल लूज पेशेंस आफ्टर ए फ्यू डेज, के सर कर तो बहुत रहे, मैंने पूरा अर्थमेटिक कर डाला, मेरे क्वेश्चन नहीं हो रहे अभी तक, ठीक है, कैट के क्वेश्चन करने लगता हूं तो होते नहीं है। इट टेक्स टाइम, right? Verbal ability, it takes time. Logical reasoning, it takes time. All these areas cannot be improved fortnight. ऐसा नहीं है आपने याद कर लिया और काम चल गया। It's not like history, ठीक है, कि पीछे का सब कुछ याद करना है बस और काम चल जाने वाला है। ये लॉजिकली समझने वाली चीजें हैं। So therefore it takes time. You will be slowly improving at it. ठीक है, but yes, I would say just keep assessing your improvement, keep marking your improvement. नोट करते रहिए उसे, that I was able to do just 2 to 3 questions. Now I can probably do 1 question more. Even that is an improvement. 4 में कर पा रहा हूं. Now I'm able to do 5 questions. The day you start doing 6 questions, you would start feeling, अरे now I've reached the level of 90 percentile. The day you start doing 8 questions, you would feel, अरे यार मैं तो 95 percentile के लेवल पे पहुंच गया. So slow improvement आएगी. Even doing 1 question more is an improvement for you. Just take it this way. Then alternate methods must be used while practicing. This is again something that we do not use. How? Once again, I'm showing you the same question from CAT 2022 slot 2. अब पिछले वाला क्वेश्चन भी इसी स्लॉट का है, ये क्वेश्चन भी इसी स्लॉट का है. Just have a look at this question. In an election, there were 4 candidates and 80% of the registered voters casted their votes. Whatever is the registered voters, 80%, 80% का मतलब होता है 4/5, that is 80 by 100. These many people cast their votes. So these are the casted votes. So इसका सीधा सीधा मतलब ये है कि registered voters are a multiple of 5. But if 4/5 of something is an integer, so that has to be a multiple of 5. If it is a multiple of 5, this cannot be my answer, this cannot be my answer. एकदम से 2 ऑप्शन एलिमिनेट हो गए. देखिए कितना ज्यादा काम नहीं हो गया मेरा एकदम से देखते ही. आगे, वन ऑफ द कैंडिडेट्स रिसीव्ड 30% ऑफ द कास्टेड वोट्स. इसी का 30% किसी को मिला, राइट? नाउ व्हाट इज 30% ऑफ इट? 30% का मतलब है 30/100 ऑफ इट. 0 and 0 cancels out. 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10. Now I am getting 3/25 of the registered vote. So 3/25 of the registered voters, right? Those many votes are received by one candidate, which tells me कि registered voters 25 का भी multiple होना चाहिए. और अगर 25 का भी होना चाहिए तो ये भी गया, ये मेरा आंसर आ गया. I did not even have to read the complete question. बिना पढ़े ही मेरा आंसर आ गया, पहली ही 2 लाइन से आ गया. बट डू वी एक्चुअली थिंक लाइक दिस? हम लोग क्या करते हैं? हम लोग इक्वेशन लेते हैं, x लेते हैं, x लेके x इंटू 4/5 बनाते हैं, फिर उसका 3/10 लेके, लेकिन वहां रुकते नहीं है. वी डोंट स्टॉप एट 3x/25. वी से 3x/25 इज द नंबर ऑफ वोट्स रिसीव्ड बाय वन कैंडिडेट. रिमेनिंग वोट्स आर 4x/5 minus 3x/25. That has to be divided in a ratio of 1:3. The difference between the maximum and second maximum is 2,512. We find the value of x. Then we see where is x that I have calculated. क्या ऑप्शंस का यही रोल है? दिस क्वेश्चन वुड हैव बीन ए थीटा अगर वो यही चाहता आपसे कि आप x की फाइनल वैल्यू निकाल कर लिख दो. Why have they given you options? You have to be smart enough to understand that which options cannot be my answers and which options are, and that ways you reach there. This is something that you have to learn, right? If you are weak at mathematics, at least you are not weak at smartness. Be smart enough to answer the questions and through this way, through alternate ways. Alternate तरीके ढूंढिए. ट्राई, अगर आपके पास ज्योमेट्री के क्वेश्चन है, चीजों को नापना शुरू कर दो, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? ठीक है, एग्जैक्टली बनाओ. अगर वो कहता है देयर इज अ ट्राइंगल ऑफ साइड 3 एंड व्हाट इज द लेंथ ऑफ दिस मीडियन और समथिंग, तो जरा ट्राइंगल बनाओ, नाप नाप के 3 की बना दो और फिर देखो बीच वाले की एग्जैक्ट लेंथ कितनी आती है. दैट वे आल्सो यू कैन डू इट. यू कैन अज्यूम नंबर्स एनी टाइम, कभी भी यूज करके देखो. सो एटलीस्ट लर्न द ऑल्टरनेट वेज ऑफ डूइंग इट. यही तरीका हो सकता है ना यार. Doing logically by the methods you are saying will save our time and burden pressure plus easy 95 plus percentile with comfort. I hope that will happen, Virendra Singh. So when I release those videos, I'm sure watching those videos you would also understand कि यार ये easy है, ये चीज doable है, right? You'll start feeling confident कि यार ये तो हम कर सकते हैं. This is something in our hands. Sir, I'm from English honors, quite weak in maths. Can you please tell how to plan my schedule to get a good percentage and how many problems should I solve every day? Anisha, I would not put a number to that how many problems do you have to solve. I would just say your first step should be reading all the NCRT books from 6th through 10th. Learn all the basic concepts and then work upon your arithmetic, then work upon your algebra, work upon your geometry. How much time you can spend in a day, that is completely up to you. कोई 2 मिनट 2 घंटे लगा सकता है, कोई 6 घंटे भी लगा सकता है, कोई 10 घंटे भी लगा सकता है, वो आपके ऊपर आप कितना टाइम यूज करते हैं उसके लिए. Okay, I'll move ahead from here then. Next point, the choice of questions is very important. As I just discussed, इस तरह के questions नहीं करने हैं, इस तरह के questions करने हैं. So this becomes a very important part for all of us. Also know your strengths and weaknesses. Do not unnecessarily get into the questions which you have never done before. ठीक है, वहां एक्सपेरिमेंट की स्टेज नहीं होती है. इफ यू आर नॉट गुड एट एल्जेब्रा, यू आर नॉट गुड एट एल्जेब्रा, डू नॉट डू अ क्वेश्चन ऑफ एल्जेब्रा इनिशियली. ठीक है, आई एम नॉट सेइंग लीव इट फॉर एवर, लेकिन पहले बाकी ट्राई कर लो, बाद में आ जाना. इफ यू लुक एट अ क्वेश्चन ऑफ एल्जेब्रा एंड लेट्स से इट डज नॉट स्ट्राइक यू एट द वेरी फर्स्ट मोमेंट, लीव इट. बट सपोज यू आर गुड एट अर्थमेटिक, इट डज नॉट स्ट्राइक एट द फर्स्ट मोमेंट, ट्राई इट अगेन, क्या पता फिर स्ट्राइक कर जाए, बिकॉज यू आर गुड एट इट. तो अपनी स्ट्रेंथ्स को पहचानो, ये मेरी स्ट्रेंथ है. व्हेन देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम दिस एरिया, आई वुड ऑलवेज ट्राई दिस. इफ इट इज नॉट फ्रॉम दिस एरिया, then probably I should be coming it back to the in the second stage. And most of all, the most important part here is that please like the session. ये मैं देखता हूं आप इसमें बहुत कंजूसी करते हैं. जितना कंजूसी यहां करोगे उतना ही फिर एग्जाम में भी कंजूसी हो जाएगी. So please do press the like button. There's the only fee that you have to pay. Can setting a weekly or daily plan help? Of course, Anisha. I would not say daily plan, but at least a weekly plan you can always have. वो आप पक्का कर सकते हैं. And we have given you these plans. If you go through the previous sessions that we have taken on our YouTube channel, you'll find it there. New questions or surprise questions at last, of course, Virendra. For a guy who is not very comfortable with quantitative aptitude, I would always say surprises वगैरह से end में ही deal करो. Sir, I've just started my preparation. If I give 2 hours a day alongside my job, will be able to crack top B schools? Himanshu, I would say if you are spending 2 hours a day, so spend 2 hours a day on the weekdays. लेकिन वीकेंड्स के लिए कम से कम मेरे ख्याल से आपको 5 to 6 hours पे रखने पड़ेंगे पर डे. 2-3 घंटे सुबह, 2-3 घंटे शाम को ऑन सैटरडे एंड सिमिलरली ऑन संडे. ऐसा कर लीजिए, मेरे ख्याल से दिस वुड बी मोर देन इनफ. ठीक है, लाइक सोनाली, सो प्लीज आस्क अदर्स एज वेल. सोनाली, बाकी लोग नहीं करते हैं, आप तो हमेशा कर देते हैं. Still they have not liked it. Okay, that was the last thing from my side, guys. I hope that you liked this session. It was useful for you. We'll keep on coming with more such sessions in future as well. Also, if you go to BYJU'S exam prep app, right, so of course you can access this through your laptop as well. So there nowadays you are getting a 3 days free access to the complete syllabus. So you can just have a sneak peek at it, that okay, what kind of material, what kind of sessions, what is our interface, that all we are providing. So you can just access it for 3 days by putting your phone number over there. These are our results from the last year. Okay, CAT 2022, only classroom program students are these. And many more results, of course. These are the top 5 that we are showing you, and you want to be a part of them, please join our classroom program, which is a comprehensive program in which we provide you engaging videos, live sessions, 75 plus mock tests. A lot many things are there that we are providing you right in this program. Also, you can write our scholarship test, which is on 11th of June at 11 a.m. on the BYJU'S exam prep app, where you can win up to 90% scholarship on our CAT preparation programs. We have also started this section wise quiz on our app. Along with that, we have also started with this 500 most expected CAT questions, which have been running on our Weightage channel since 6th of April. I'm sure these also are going to be pretty helpful for your preparation. These are our media handles from where we are available. That's all from my side, guys. Thank you very much. I'm sure it was a useful session for you. Please do let me know if you find it useful. And please, if you have any further questions, put them in the comment section. Okay, thank you, Anisha. Thank you, Virendra. Thank you, Himanshu. Parul क्या कह रही है? Sir, I get stuck at the last step in solving the arithmetic sum. How should I improve? Analyze it, Parul. Analyze it properly. That what mistake are you doing? हर बार देखिए जरा एक बार, उससे आपको आइडिया मिलेगा. Okay. Still they are not liking. 3 likes 14 views. क्या कर सकते हैं वीरेंद्र? I mean we can only request. उसके बाद तो लोगों के हाथ में है. चलिए जी, that's all from my side. Have a good day now. See you soon. Bye bye. Tata.